Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Uh,
Good afternoon, sir.
yes. Today's lecture is supposed to be on theory of entrepreneurs or entrepreneurship. But our last class we were fast enough and we covered that topic of pure entrepreneurship. Based on this, I was going through some videos and I decided that I should share with all of us because I believe it's important to aid us in answering one or two questions that will be related to our exams or real life scenarios. So even though we're going to have a recap along the line, I will share the video and we will relate it to our classes of first and second class. And at the same time, that will aid us in having a clearer perspective of what our lectures are going to be or how our exams are going to be. So we have 3 more minutes, then we will start. So let's give them a kind of break. So I'm going to share the slides to have a recap about theory of entrepreneurship and how the importance that are related to knowing those theories. So I'm going to share the screen, and I believe it's going to be a recap to what we have actually discussed a few weeks ago, about a week ago. Now we look at innovation as a theory, and we said everything about theory, entrepreneurship is circled around innovation. Now, if you're unable to have innovation, then that means there is a problem because you need to innovate an idea, service, or product that will be sold on the market. So when you're able to do that, you've solved virtually all your problems. Then we'll look at knowledge. Now, when you have the knowledge of where you're going to, there's a problem. Now, this theory is centered on physical and practical knowledge. Deficit of knowledge presents the fundamental premise for the existence of entrepreneurship. Now, basically, it has to do with us having a clearer view or understanding that knowledge is very important. And if it's not enough, the entrepreneur cannot strive. Now, you cannot decide to go into an environment without having basic knowledge of that environment or basic knowledge of the product or services you're trying to advertise or market or sell. So when you're able to have all this in hand, then you solve half of your problems. Then we have opportunity. Now, opportunity theory here is that you see the opportunity, you capitalize on it. You don't just sit down and expect this to come your way. The idea behind it is opportunities associated with risk. You have to see what is needed in the environment and tap into it and provide a solution to an existing problem or an opportunity that you believe is not benefiting you. Based on then we have biological theory. Now, biological theory is simple. There are people that naturally have the initiative or the mindset of being business. Don't learn it. They, they have been born with it. They grew up with it. Everything about them is being practical, yet they found themselves within the entrepreneurship cycle. And this can be seen physically with the light of Dr. Tedros, Dangote, um, Isha Karabi, that's one of Boa. Those are clear example of biological entrepreneurs. Then now, this is a comparison of what entrepreneurship is all about. Now, whether you like it or not, they are all interconnected with the other. And basically, when they're related, it's what? An entrepreneur is generally about someone providing a solution or a means of livelihood for his own self. Now, all these theories are circled about the future understanding of as an entrepreneur, the ability to tap into change, the risk takers, and they also view challenges as opportunity. And this leads to what they all have the same concepts of entrepreneur. Now, I'm going to ask a question before I continue, and basically it's going to be a simple one. Now, as an entrepreneur, there are several theories of entrepreneurship outside there. With these, name 5 features or compare all this entrepreneurship theory and explain them. Who can attempt that question? You can unmute yourself and answer.
I didn't get the question.
I said now, theory of entrepreneurs. There are several authors have discussed in relation to innovation, opportunity. We have opportunity, we have biological theory, we have knowledge theory, I have innovation theory. Based on these, list the similarities that exist or compare all these theories together. Give me 5 different aspects that have been found or that are all related between all this theory of entrepreneurship. Do you understand? Are we confused? Miss Faith, do you understand the question? Favor, Mr. Favor, do you understand the question? No. Now, I said, we have studied several theories of entrepreneurship, ranging from innovation theory, that of knowledge theory, that of opportunity, and biology. Based on this, here's the similarities that exist. Name 5 similarities that exist in all this theory. So can you name one?
No, not exactly. I'm not sure I participated in that particular.
Class.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Right now, I just give a recap. Now, we talk of innovation theory. We say without innovation, entrepreneurs don't exist to a certain level. Because anything you have to sell, you have to bring something new, venture into a market. You understand?
Okay.
Now, that innovation theory was compiled by Schumpeter in 1934. Now we have the knowledge theory by Frederick. Now he's saying that you have to have the basic idea, business environment, or your product or your services, or the economy where you want to enter in. Now he said an entrepreneur should be able to tap into the deficits in his environment. You understand? Now we have opportunity. Opportunity here is simple. You can't be an entrepreneur without tapping into the opportunity that the environment provides you. You are not to sit down and assume students see challenges as an opportunity where you can venture into your business. Then we have biological theory. Now, biological theory that is saying that people are saying leaders are born, some say leaders are made. And here is what I believe they want to say that entrepreneurs are born to a certain level. Now, but here we're trying to say that entrepreneurs are not alone, but they're being, how do I put it, taught or they're groomed because of their family friends. Now, the question here is, based on all this, there are similarities across board in all this theory. Name the similarities that exist in this theory and explain them. Now, the answer here is simple one. Yes. Do you get that?
No, please.
Now, I'm saying what are the similarities?
No, sir.
List 5 similarities and explain them. Now, 1, the similarity here is one that risk takers. 2, you must have a basic knowledge of what you do. 3, you must be an innovator. 4, you must view challenges as an opportunity. 5, you should be able to tap into your existing market or tap into change. Those are similarities across all the school of thought associated with entrepreneurship.
You must view challenges as what?
As an opportunity.
Okay.
So these are all the similarities associated with theory of entrepreneurship. Now, at the last,
Sorry, so can I get the last one, please?
okay, I say ability to tap into change.
Okay.
Okay, so please, excuse me, I didn't get the number 2 quite well. You said basic knowledge of
Environment
The business.
or business. The idea is knowledge. Now, after this, we talk about SWOT, and we attempted to find out the importance of SWOT analysis and how it can help us in our chosen line of business, and also the importance that SWOT analysis possesses to us. Now, there are several importance of SWOT analysis. So who can tell me one of the importance? Someone tell me one of the main SWOT analysis.
one of
the importance of SWOT analysis is to have an overview, or a deeper understanding about whatever venture you're trying to delve into.
Yeah. Who else can?
And then
attempt? Who else can make an attempt? Can someone else make an attempt? Now, importance of SWOT analysis is very significant in today's business, whether small, big, medium. Now, one of the basic importance of SWOT analysis is that it helps to analyze a company's status.
What?
Two, it helps to
So I
identify.
didn't get the first one.
Now, I said SWOT analysis, the benefit of SWOT analysis in today's business, right? You get that?
Yeah, the first one you gave, I didn't
The
get
first
that.
one I said, it helps a business or an entrepreneur or an organization to understand the basic, where the status of the business itself. The status of the business. Now, when you have the SWOT analysis, you have the SWOT, you have the strength. Now, when you're able to factor in or impute all these attributes into your business, you will now know where your business is at that point in time. You understand?
Yes,
The
sir.
status, one. Two, it helps you to identify threats and opportunities. Are we there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Three, it helps us to understand our market environment. Four, it helps an organization, an entrepreneur, or an entity to leverage on SWOT analysis in order to create a strategic plan to meet up with the objectives.
So it helps us to, it helps an organization to leverage what?
To leverage on SWOT analysis, they are leveraging on it, thereby creating to meet the desired objectives. Five, it can help a business to adapt to changing market conditions.
Help a business to adapt to what?
Changing market conditions.
Who is there?
Lastly, it lets them understand and better identify internal and external factors and their positive and negative impact on business.
Sorry, I didn't get you there.
Now, it lets businesses understand and better identify internal and external factors and their positive and negative impact on the business. Do we understand that?
Yes, sir.
So these are the basic benefits of SWOT analysis. Any question before I go further? Can we continue?
Yes.
This is a recap to what we did last week. And I remember last week network was actually last week class was actually very rough because network was poor. So we just did a recap of what happened last week. So if there's any question, you can go ahead and ask before we go ahead. Because I'm going to share a video for us to pay attention to because I believe it's important because of the topic itself. Now, the course itself is technology entrepreneurship and intellectual property rights. So I came across a video that I believe several videos, I believe it came across several videos that I believe so I will share the screen and we'll correlate it with what we are doing. And at the same time, we will, if you have a question, we'll look into it and find the best possible answers to such questions. Do you understand?
So,
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to go back to entrepreneurs must be aware of copyrights and intellectual property rights, because that's the basis of our course today. So let me share the screen and we'll understand better.
We can't hear anything.
Can I hear anything?
No.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir, we
We can.
can hear.
Okay, I'm coming to try again.
Can you hear now?
No,
Not
sir.
at all.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try and see what I can do about it. Can you hear this?
No, sir.
Huh?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah, I think we'll have a problem with that. Let's see what the problem is. Are you here now?
No, sir.
Process or both. Confusing?
Are you here now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can
Yes,
hear
sir.
you.
Yes.
Your intellectual property might not be so intellectual if it is vulnerable to infringement, don't you think? So what is intellectual property? Intellectual property rights are made up of industrial property and copyrights.
Yes, we can hear now.
Industrial
But
property
can you
rights consist
restart
of
the-
patent,
What?
trademark, and design rights which require registration.
What did you say?
I was saying if you could restart the video afresh.
Okay.
We can hear now.
Your intellectual property might not be so intellectual if it is vulnerable to infringement, don't you think? So what is intellectual property? Intellectual property rights are made up of industrial property and copyrights. Industrial property rights consist of patent, trademark, and design rights which require registration, whereas copyright gives you the automatic legal protection of the work. Looking at patent, a patent is an exclusive right granted for a new invention which can be a product or a process or both. Confusing? Let me explain. If you have invented a new technical solution over the prior arts, you may register your inventions prior to any disclosure of it, as the disclosure of the invention may cause the patent to be rejected or opposed due to lack of novelty. So why should you register your patent rights?
A patent can protect your invention from any infringers, and it gives you an exclusive rights over your new invention. Once it is legally protected, you have a maximum protection of 20 years.
A patent is a valuable asset during negotiations, as you've reduced the prospective company's legal costs and risk. So if you've decided on patent application, what's next? Our patent expert will conduct a background art search over many published databases worldwide to make sure there is no invention similar to yours. Then, we will draft the patent specification for you. Our patent experts are trained to understand the technical requirements of your invention and will present your application adequately. When everything goes well, you will receive your patent registration certificate, which is valid for 20 years. However, you will need to renew it annually. You may consider to register the designs of your product. Industrial design law protects the unique appearance of an article, which may refer to its shape, configuration, ornamentation, or patent. Once your design has been examined and registered, a certificate of registration will be issued and you will have the exclusive rights over your design for 25 years. And please do not disclose your new designs prior to its application. Trademark is not a valuable IP asset that must be registered. A trademark identifies particular goods or services in its trade. It serves as a badge of origin. By using the right mark to distinguish your goods and services along with proper advertising, a trademark could be your company's most valuable asset. Protect your trademark by registering it. Always remember, it's first come, first serve. Once your trademark clears all hurdles, a trademark certificate will be issued to you. Trademark registration confers 10 years of exclusive right over your mark, and it can be renewed every 10 years. We need to protect copyrights too. It is the right to control copying. It protects an author's work during their lifetime and up to 50 years after their death. Typically, the example of works protected by copyright includes literary, sculptures, musical, or dramatic works, and even computer softwares, amongst others. Although copyright protection naturally arises when you have completed your work, a voluntary deposition of your work with Copyright Office is highly recommended. So if you're an owner of a copyrightable work, be sure to have your rights fully protected. Come and visit us at Trademark to You and speak to our consultants about safeguarding your intellectual assets. Trademark to You is serving multinational clients, and we are represented in Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia.
So, do we understand the video?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
To an
Now,
extent.
Can you tell me, look at Nigeria as a whole, and tell me, for people that are aware of how CAC runs, can you tell me as an entrepreneur, what is the gap existing presently in our environment?
Comparing how CAC works.
Yeah. Now, CAC is about company registration, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then how do we, so imagine you now, they have not been particular about, they're all in charge about copyright protection and patent rights, intent, everything. But now, I spoke about what? Identifying innovation and gap. Now imagine you as an entrepreneur opening a consulting firm and trying to what? Legalize people's business idea and protecting those ideas. That's why I decided to share this video. Now, everything about us here today is just that we just share, we just go to the company, register our company, but without bringing in value to the company. You understand? So this is an opportunity for us. I don't know if you understand.
Yes.
Because our topic presently is what? Entrepreneurship and intellectual property rights. So this is the benefit or the importance of this video. Now I'll play another video for us to see.
Promoted as a solution. The concept of entrepreneurship is being widely promoted as a solution to surviving the downturn in the economy, but business owners need to be aware of infringements of copyright and intellectual property rights. Entertainment, sports and intellectual property attorney at law Carla Paris gave the advice during a women and youth entrepreneurship seminar at City Hall in San Fernando. She said embarking on a new business venture has become relatively easy with the advent of social media sites such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. However, she said one of the most misunderstood concepts is the difference between building a brand and owning a registered company.
It is green organic juices. But when you put the name of that brand in the public domain, the question that many people don't ask themselves is, do I actually own the name of that brand? Because there's a big distinction between registering your company and having a certificate of incorporation.
Said copyrighting your works would safeguard brands or businesses from practicing nepotism, and pointed out that copyright law, intellectual property law, non-disclosure agreements and confidentiality agreements are essential in protecting a brand or business. She gave common local examples of infringement of copyright through the use of music and pictures.
They want to use that song to add within their advertisements to drive sales of their product. Is that you can't go download the picture of the first pretty girl that you see and decide that she's going to be an ambassador of your brand.
The seminar was on San Fernando's 15-month activity.
Did you get the video?
Yeah.
But someone was interrupting the audio. I could barely hear.
I should play it again.
Please do. I'll advise you bring all of us so I can hear.
Okay, I'll do that.
Is being widely promoted as a solution to surviving the downturn in the economy, but business owners need to be aware of infringements of copyright and intellectual property rights. Entertainment, sports and intellectual property attorney at law Carla Paris gave the advice during a women and youth entrepreneurship seminar at City Hall in San Fernando. She said embarking on a new business venture has become relatively easy with the advent of social media sites such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. However, she said one of the most misunderstood concepts is the difference between building a brand and owning a registered company.
It is green organic juices. But when you put the name of that brand in the public domain, the question that many people don't ask themselves is, do I actually own the name of that brand? Because there's a big distinction between registering your company and having a certificate of incorporation, which means that you own your company.
The attorney also said copyrighting your works would safeguard brands or businesses from practicing nepotism, and pointed out that copyright law, intellectual property law, non-disclosure agreements and confidentiality agreements are essential in protecting a brand or business. She gave common local examples of infringements of copyright through the use of music and pictures.
At the same time that they want to use that song to embed within their advertisement to drive sales of their product, is that you can't just go online, download the picture of the first pretty girl that you see, and decide that she's going to be an ambassador for your brand.
The seminar was on San Fernando.
So do we understand the video? It's a few, understand the video.
Yes.
So I dropped the question that's related to the video and also related to our course material at the same time.
Okay.
Do you see the question there? Discuss the benefit of copyright to your business as an entrepreneur.
I didn't see the question. Let me check.
It's on the chat.
I want to check. Okay. Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think from what we've just listened to, the benefits can actually be overemphasized, can't actually be overemphasized. Because she also made reference to one of the technological platforms, which is Facebook. And of course, we see that in our everyday life, people advertising and owning businesses on Facebook. But then she reminded us that if you do not have a brand and then not owning the rights of the brand by way of registering your company and then having some sort of legal backup to it, you may not lay claims to what is it called? Intellectual copyright property or property rights.
Exactly. So you now understand the benefit of that video, because even for entrepreneurs that are actually in the field right now, don't understand why it's important for you to sacrifice some amount to register not just to register your company. Registering a company is not just the problem. When you go to register your company, you're only registering the business name. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just the business name basically it's easier doing. And what to give for example now, let me use Favor. You're wearing a black shirt with a logo on it, right? Now,
Yes.
something unique about it is, there's something unique about the shirt is that it's well fitted, it's well designed, it can stand the test of time, it's not going to fade on time. And you put it out in the market as an entrepreneur. Somebody can carry that shirt and go and find go and find
Substandard material.
Substandard material and use it, or go and get the secret
The logo
production, and you're losing out because somebody else is innovation and using it somewhere. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now,
yes.
you cannot decide to say, okay, I want to carry okay, I've done a design of a shoe, a very beautiful sofa shoe, and any kind of roadside shoemaker will go and carry your shoe and replicate it. If you protect your property rights, your intellectual or your copyright or intellectual property right, nobody will do that. And if they do, you can sue them and you get paid for that.
Yes.
So that is the idea behind it. So I'll play one more video, and we can now discuss more.
But just before you play the video, on this particular regard, the CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission, I think they only do registration of companies.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing they do. Now, the first video, I tried to tell you there's one thing that is missing in Nigeria today, is that we don't have a body that does intellectual property rights, that enforces it.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes.
one of the theories says that is termed innovation. And the innovation here is that, okay, as entrepreneurs, why don't we be consultants that provide protection to upcoming business owners or manufacturers, protect their rights for them? Now, they're not consultants doing that in Nigeria. So that is a gap. That's an opportunity for someone to establish his business in that line.
Okay.
You understand? That is the idea. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is one of the major benefits of the first video. Because I just saw the video and realized that in Nigeria we have that gap. So I decided to play the video for us to see how it will benefit to us. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So I'll send the second video. I'll play the second video for us to see.
SWOT analysis basically होते क्या है? So it's very important to understand SWOT analysis. Basically businesses जो होते हैं उनकी जरूरत होती है SWOT करना.
Wrong video. I think I got the wrong video. Sorry, the network is a little bit slow. So let's see if it will play. I think the network is bad.
I'm blushing.
Now you're blushing.
Thank you,
Okay.
thank you.
So, as the folks are tumbling into the chat and getting to know each other and defrosting or cooling down, what?
So I think I'll get the video. I think I'm having issues with locating the video when I was watching it. So the idea I was just trying to explain for somebody that have used SWOT analysis and see the benefit it has in our environment. That's the essence of me looking for that video. Because a lot of people today in the business world don't believe that SWOT analysis is important. They just believe that just go into a business, start it, and you survive. They don't really understand what SWOT analysis is important, and how it plays an important role in the growth of your business. So a lot of people miss the importance of SWOT analysis. So that's why I decided to say, okay, let me look for something that has to do SWOT analysis, and it will aid us in understanding why, as entrepreneurs, so SWOT analysis is important. So before I get the video back again, is that if there's any question, please you can ask.
Yes, sir.
I should play it again.
It's okay. It's okay.
Now, how can each acronym in SWOT analysis be of benefit to the other?
Be of benefit to us.
No, we have SWOT, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, with the knowledge of SWOT analysis, use it as a means to solve a conditional problem relating to SWOT analysis. With example, what I'm trying to say is, how is SWOT solving opportunity and threats? How is weakness an advantage to you as an aspect of strength and opportunity? And how is opportunity of benefit to strength? How is strength of benefit to strength? So I want you to use the acronym SWOT to analyze its benefits to you as an entrepreneur.
Benefits to you as an entrepreneur. I think it's self-explanatory, though, if you ask my opinion.
Yes, self-explanatory, but not really understand if we still don't understand what the advantages are of SWOT analysis. We just sit down and believe SWOT analysis is just those kind of theories that have been propounded without the benefit to the business environment. So I'm just trying to open what exists, the benefit that exists to us. Do you understand? It's a favor. You will know. Yes, you've answered the question recently. But what of others? I want us to see if we can carry ourselves along. So, Mr. Ifeanyi, today you are quiet. What is the
problem? Good evening, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, Mr. Ifeanyi. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
So can you just briefly explain
all right, I would like to say, like, when you say strength, the strength of a business, when you realize that the strength or that your business, that there can be strength in you investing more, in you putting more money, into your business, that it will strengthen your business, kind of like you will cover more areas. That's discovering the strength of your particular business, that when you put in more money, when you cover more areas, more communities, that you can grow stronger. Then you say W, that is the weakness. You're trying to find out what is the weakness of your business. So the weakness of your business, it may be if your staff are not disciplined enough, if your staffs are not disciplined enough and they are not attending to customers well, and customers are complaining because of your staffs, that's a weakness to the business. You find a way to get good professional, good staff that are professional in attending to customer needs. And you said the opportunities. When you realize that in your business that there is an opportunity for you to partner with the government, international community, and that you can go beyond your local environment with your business. If you can think globally, if you can think more, if you can think big, that's an opportunity. And we say threat. It's very important to discover the threat that is to a business even before you set up, even before you make any move. Discover if it is safe enough, because you can lose all your financial resources if you do not identify the threat. If you can survive, if you can manage the threat, or if you cannot manage the threat, the life of the business depends on that threat. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Favor, can you clearly tell us where the internal factor, how SWOT can be of benefit for the internal factor associated with the business and external factor associated with the business?
My own understanding is actually very important, because knowing what to do is one thing. Knowing how to do it and when to start doing it is another thing. And then knowing what to invest and what not to invest is another thing on its own. So SWOT analysis, like I did say earlier, can never be overemphasized, in the advantages it brings or poses to us in terms of business creation, business nurturing, business growth, and if I may use my own personal term, business success. At every level, there is always a SWOT analysis involved, especially for beginners as an entrepreneur. That's just basically my own.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But there's one thing we should always remember. When you're discussing SWOT analysis, always try to explain where it falls. Internal and external. It's very important. Now we're going to go beyond what we need to know as entrepreneurs, but now we're going to go what we need to have, one, in our business plan, two, doing our exams. Now, when you're discussing about SWOT analysis, make sure you make it clear, state out clearly that strength and weakness are for internal factors, while opportunity and threat are external. You understand? Now, for an examiner, I know, but you have not shown me you know where these acronyms fall, at the internal or the external factors. That's one aspect. Secondly, for a business evaluator, just gave me a breakdown of strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat without me understanding where they all. I might take tax as your weakness. Maybe you want to evade tax. I might take employee as Ifeanyi said, Mr. Ifeanyi said, as I would put it as a weakness, I put it under a threat. So you need to make it clearly differentiate all these acronyms, because it's very, very important we differentiate them. Do we understand? Oh, now, from both business perspective and academic perspective, always endeavor to differentiate all these acronyms. Now, if, for example, you want to write a business plan for yourself, a business plan that's being done under the CBN, I was opportune a few months ago to go through some business plan. And one of the loopholes that we noticed was that people don't understand the importance of SWOT analysis. That's why I decided to look for something to share with us. One. Two, the ones that took the effort to talk about SWOT analysis don't even know where to place them. Are they internal issues, or internal benefit, or are they external factors? So academically, during exams, great. Now, in the business world, we are looking for loan. We also look at that. So it's one stone killing two birds. You understand that? That's why I try to give the importance. Yeah, because I want the facilitation exercise to be more of a discussion class. But at the end of the day, yes, our end goal is for the exams. But for me, I believe you should transcend beyond the exam. Even if you get some tips or some guidelines on how to attend some questions I will cite, but at the same time, I want us to impact that knowledge on ourselves, because we are not all perfect. We need to learn from ourselves. Do you understand that? So it's going to be a two-way. have a way of attempting or answering your questions. At the same time, I will try and bring in issues that are going to affect us in today's world. Now, I will try to book a class probably next week or probably with a lawyer and some business people to give us of how they establish themselves. And as we're doing that, we're going to relate it to our course material and at the same time, have it behind your mind. Questions I throw. So I just pray and wish that you are saving and storing those questions. Because the last class will be the 8th lecture and it will only be for 1 hour. And we're going to recap all these questions and it will aid you at the end of the day. So I believe with all these, we've come to this lecture. If there's any question, you could kindly ask and I'll respond to it.
Sir, please, I want to make sure I heard you well. You said strength and weakness are internal factors, while opportunity and threat are external, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yeah. So what else again? I think that's all right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you everyone for attending this class. I'll see you people next week, Tuesday, same time.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir.
No problem. Have a nice day, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye-bye.